inhumanely. This is called animal abuse. This was the first government-backed raid on an animal testing center in an effort to stop animal abuse. Today I'm going to tell you about something I believe every person should know. A subject that is not often talked about, yet happens every 10 seconds in America. Today I will tell you about animal abuse. Let's face it, animal abuse is an unpleasant subject that no one really looks forward to discussing. This is in fact why it is not a widely discussed topic in our society. It is a circumstance that is hardly mentioned, yet is a rampant condition throughout our country and across the globe. Today, I want to get a conversation going about it, in hopes that the more we talk about it, the more we are aware. Cruelty on an animal is defined as the crime of inflicting physical pain, suffering, or death on an animal. Every 10 seconds, an animal is eaten or abused in America. This means that somewhere, right now, an animal at this very moment is being tortured. Animal abuse can happen in many different forms. It ranges from chaining dogs to trees, leaving a pet in a hot car without the windows down, in the mall parking lot, to shooting a squirrel with a BB gun. Additional examples include hitting a dog and neglection of food, water, or shelter. Animal and child abuse are similar. The victims of both are powerless and cannot speak for themselves. They cannot call for help, and they cannot report anything to authorities. Sadly, all they can do is endure the abuse, and if still alive at the end, live silently with the effects. This is not acceptable. How can we as humans let this happen? If you are like me, you want to do something about it. You want to help, and you want to be aware of this topic. We need to all be responsible for the surroundings in our neighborhood and around our house. We all need to be on the lookout for such behaviors. The following are tips from the ASPCA website of what to do if you see or suspect animal abuse. Number 1, learn how to report animal cruelty. Every state is different. It is your responsibility to find out who you can report to. Number 2, start a neighborhood watch program. Get to know all the animals in your neighborhood. Number 3, help neighbors help their animals. Sometimes the elderly are ill, they can't care for their pets, so you have to offer to help them. Either walk them, help them with feeding, grooming, or picking up dog food at the grocery store. And last but not least, number 4, contact legislators encouraging them to pass anti-cruelty laws on a federal, state, and local level. ASPCA's slogan is "We are their voice." Here's a picture of one of the many t-shirts for sale on their website. It reads, "Animal abuse can't dial 911. Excuse me, animals can't dial 911, but you can." Remember that animal abusers do not belong to any one class, nationality, race, sex, or income level. Understand that a person with any abuse group is just as likely as any other to be an abuser. An example of someone you may not have expected who was exposed as being an animal abuser in the media is Michael Vick. Famous football player Michael Vick was charged with dogfighting a few years ago. This goes to show an abuser can be anyone. So imagine a world where animals are protected legally from harm and respected by everyone. A world where humans use their power, not just for the good of mankind, but for the good of all creatures we share this earth with. This vision can become reality, but it's up to each and every one of us to use the voices that we were given and stand up for animals. In conclusion, I hope I was able to get a conversation going today about animal abuse. Remember to look, watch, and listen, and if necessary, take action. And remember, you could always be saving a life. And also, always remember, we are their voice.